Hi, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friend Han here, and it is absolutely great to see you here this morning. Now, this morning, something very, very exciting to share with you. And if you study any big marketers, I'm talking about 7, 6-figure, even 5-figure marketers, they have one tool they're always using is webinars. Now, this is something that I've been doing for about a year now, and webinar is absolutely the best tool to sell. But there's one caveat is that have the energy to run a live webinar and have the script and have everything all set together. It's rather difficult because I mean, it is going to be sometimes it's going to be hour long, sometimes it's going to be 2 hour long. I think a lot for that reason nobody want to do webinar. We're too scared to do a live webinar. But there's other type of webinar that I think big marketers are using, like Neil Pello and Ty Lopez, Alex Becker. You know, there's a couple of names out there. They're always using. In fact, they run Facebook ads to it, right? So you probably click on some of the link, and then you see a webinar jam page that pops up. You think that it's actually a live webinar that happened to start just about an hour or 2 hours away from you signing up, because they pretend to look like a real webinar, but it's actually recorded, pre-recorded, and we call this type of webinar evergreen webinar. That means it's evergreen. You're not actually behind the scene to run the webinar, but the webinar to the user, to the people that attend it, looks like, hey, this is running at the same time. And why is webinar effective? You think about this, the most effective selling tool is one-on-one selling in physical world, where I can see you, I can meet you, I can shake your hand, I can see your body languages, tonalities, and your facial expressions, and to determine, hey, are you interested in my product service? That's absolutely the best way. But we cannot do that online, can we? We cannot. So what is the next best thing as a webinar, where you can answer live interaction questions? Marketers been using this tool for a long time to making lots of money. As you can see on my screen, $1 million sales and 71,000, 74,000. It's the proof. It's here. Okay. So if you can use a webinar to generating, make a high ticket sales, make a low ticket sales. So you can using webinar to generating leads. In fact, you know, if you run Facebook ads, the only place you need to send to is high ticket items. Okay, because here's the reason why. It costs you just exactly the same amount inquiring a high ticket customer as much as just a low ticket customer. So a lot of people are using Facebook ads to send directly to low ticket items that end up doesn't even break it even, losing money. That's because they didn't send to a high ticket webinar. Once the webinar is over, you still keep that leads, right? So that leads you can sell in your own product, selling other affiliate product. So using the webinar pay off your Facebook ads fee is actually the way to go. And this is a perfect tool for that. Okay, if you understand what I just said here, you're gonna find this very, very useful. So the product, it's called the OmniWebinars. Okay, so it's gonna be replacement pretty much for webinar jams. And as you can see, this is a very, very popular software that it's been offering by Andy Jenkins and what's his partner's name? Yeah, so and this is the go-to industry standard ever webinar if you want to ask where everybody goes. However, as beginner marketers, you might not have the money to up paying this kind of fee. You know, you're looking at $479 or 3 payments, $198, which is, you know, the time set up is going to be even more. So So you know, you might not have this kind of money. So what's the alternative solutions? How about $32? Okay, so this software is a replacement for webinar jams for one-time fee of $32, and you're gonna get a very, very cool coupon codes for me to knock off even $5 more. I think well, it's gonna be net about $32 for one time. So it's a hell of a deal. Even you just want to give it this. To a try, it's still a good thing to do. And one thing I want to kind of point out, a couple of features that I saw it's very useful. Number one, it's unlimited attendees. Most of the webinar software like GoToWebinar, you know, they are priced based on attendees, right? GoToWebinar, let's go GoToWebinar. Another very popular platform where people do live webinars. So let's go to pricing structures. So as you can see, they go by number of 100 participants, attendees, or 500 attendees. That's $200 per month. Okay, not everybody right out of the gate can afford that. And I'm on an annual plan too. So if I switch to monthly, that's even higher. So you want to have 2,000 attendees. I mean, if you're not your webinar not making enough money, you're gonna break your bank, right? So one thing is, with this software, you have unlimited attendees, 100 or 10,000, it doesn't matter, okay? You have true live technologies, fully automated live webinars, and it makes the webinar looks real, have, all kinds of crazy stuff in there. I'm going to show you actually in a very, very quick demo video. We're going to watch it right now, and I'm going to come back, talk about the pros and the cons that I saw inside the software. All right, let's go watch this right now.
Hello and welcome to this short demonstrational video on how OmniWebinars work. This is a very cool and efficient app to run evergreen webinars for your different offers, products, services, or whatever you are selling online. Basically, you can create webinars that look live for your audience so that you can promote and make sales on an evergreen basis. Now, first things first, after you are going to purchase OmniWebinars, or if you have purchased OmniWebinars and you will log in, this is what you are going to see. This is how the dashboard looks like. It's something very simple, very user-friendly, very clean. Okay, you can see that you have a left side menu here, home, and this is how your home page will look like. My events, so basically you can run multiple evergreen webinars using this platform. Event stats, here you can see how many viewers you had on your webinars, how many of them registered, how many asked questions, and other things like that. And the support area, obviously, if you need any support with absolutely anything, which we hope you won't, in a sense in which everything works well for you, you can go to the support area and you can reach out to us without no hesitation. We are here 24/7 for you. Now let me show you how this works. You also see that here in the dashboard we have different options like view your events, add an event, event statistics, and help and tutorials. Okay, we can see some quick stats here. We have free total events as test, free total videos, and free total attendees. Okay, so people who actually signed up to see our webinars. Now let me show you exactly how you can add a new event. You just have to go here on this option, add an event, click on it. Okay, we will have to log in. Okay, let's go back to the home page. So again, add an event. First of all, we have to put the number of movies in this event. So if we want to make our event to look more real as a live event in the front of our audience, what we can do in a single event, we can insert multiple videos that start at a certain time. Okay, that way if somebody logs in now at let's say 12 o'clock, he will see the whole movie, the whole event from the beginning. If he logs into the event at 12 and 10 minutes, he will see a different video which starts from 10 minutes. Okay, and that makes it look more real. But we are, as a test, we are going to use only one movie. Okay, the whole movie, like let's say a 1 hour and a half webinar recording. Okay, so we are going to put here 1, then we click on the proceed button. Event name, I'm going to name it test 2. Event description, so event name, this is basically the name of your webinar. Event description. So here you can have like a copywriter create the event description for you, or if you are good at copy, you can write it yourself. The whole idea is to be attractive, right? Test 2. Okay, then when do we want the event to start? 26 March, hours, let's say 16. This is in Central Time, don't forget. Okay, OmniWebinars use coordinated universal time. Okay, so this is in Central Time. Let's leave it like that. Event buffer, we'll leave it on 0. Event allowed views, here basically we are setting the OmniWebinar for a total maximum of viewers actually. Okay, and let's say we have 500. Do we want these viewers to see directly the webinar or to require registration? That means to opt in with their email. we want registration. Display question form, we want them to have questions during the webinar or not. If we want them, we just check here. If we don't check it. Okay, register button, register for the, just a second, for the webinar. Okay, very simple. Then order information. If we want to add, if we are holding a sales webinar, if we want to add a buy button to the webinar, we can do that. So this is absolutely amazing because it's very, very efficient. We just have to check here, time to display button. Basically here we put the time when we want to when we want the button to appear. Okay, after people watch a certain amount of time from the webinar. Let's say that we have a webinar which has 60 minutes and we want the buy button to appear let's say after 45 or after 50 minutes. What we have to take in consideration here, how much time we want to display the button. Basically, let's say that we want it to appear at the 50th minute or something like that. We just put the last 10 minutes with 60 seconds, so it will be like 600 here. Okay, so you have to calculate this in seconds and put the exact time. Order URL, here you put the order, maybe it's your PayPal checkout URL. Order button, order now. Okay, order offer button. Okay, the same thing. Redirect information after the webinar it's finished. If we want to redirect people or if we want to redirect them after a certain amount of time, here we set the time and the redirect URL. Recurring information, if you want this event to be repeated, so to work as a live webinar, repeat to date, let's say 31 of March. Okay, so we want it 5 days, repeat event on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay, every single day. So we want it every day. Movies information, movie name, we have our first movie name. It doesn't matter, test 1, movie URL. We recommend you to host your movies on Amazon S3 or on your own platform if you have a platform. What I did is uploaded one here so you guys can see how this works. Okay, let me go back. So this is the one for me, and here you have to put in the movie length. Okay, for this one I think it's 3 minutes and 11 or something like that, and we are pretty much done. Then the template information, watch template, so basically what type of template people will actually see during the webinar, and waiting templates. Okay, basically what they will see if they register and the webinar is not ready yet. And we're pretty much done. Okay, with all the settings. Now we have to press the send button. Your event has some errors. Let's see which are the errors. Order time, let me deactivate this. Okay, send. Days for repeating the event. Okay, we didn't set the days. Yeah, let's not repeat it. Okay, so send event added successfully. Your viewer can reach this event following the link. You can view the event details here. Okay, so now it's ready. This is the link where people will actually be able to see it. Okay, this is the live workshop. Your name, you have to register. Sorin, okay, register for the webinar. And the event has not yet started. Okay, we can see that it starts in 6 hours. So this is pretty cool. This is the template for the waiting page. Basically, this is what people will see. And then in 6 hours and 6 minutes and 15 seconds now, the actual webinar will start. Okay, let me go back. Okay, and let me show you my events. You can see here, this is the test 2. Okay, this is my events. And let us preview the event. Okay, this is basically the registration page for the actual webinar, so we won't see the waiting page anymore. Access the webinar room, and this is how the webinar looks like. Hello and now the video starts to play. To this okay, pretty simple guys, pretty nice, very easy to use lecture from this. And this is definitely a tool that you want to have your hands on and to make maximum use of it. Here we can get also the event link. Here we can see the event details. We can add videos. We can edit the video. We can delete the event. We can clone the event. Okay, so we have all of these options. Then if we go into event stats, we can see, okay, register people, test 1, test 2, attended, free. Okay, questions, we don't have questions because we didn't add questions, but you got the whole idea. Okay, it's simple, it's easy to use, and it's very, very powerful because it allows you to have evergreen webinars that can generate money for you. Thank you again for watching, and we are looking forward to seeing your results with Omni.
Hi, so welcome back, and this is a as you can see, this is pretty easy, user-friendly software, and you do have to kind of understand how to set up a webinar a little bit to understand, hey, what's all these settings for. But it's just a very, very easy, short learning curve. Once you get done that, it's all there. So, but if you do decide this is the right software for you, make sure you claim cookies, grab from the link below, because we got some exclusive awesome bonuses for you. We got the Webinar Authority, Global Countdown, Back Control, Webinar Jackpot, Video Focus, and plus other bonuses down here as well to make this absolutely no-brainer offer for you. So what do I think about the Omni Webinar versus Webinar Jam? I believe Webinar Jams, you can hosting embedding with other videos like a Vimeo, like YouTube. With Omni Webinars, you have to hosting your own video on like Amazon S3, maybe your own hosting company, which I don't recommend. Amazon S3 is the way to go, very cheap. You cannot embed YouTube videos. It was a disappointment. You cannot embed Vimeo videos. It was a huge disappointment. I talked to the vendor a little bit. Why don't you let us embed YouTube video? He said, well, we want to make the webinar look like a live webinar. So if you fortunate to remove the YouTube icon, YouTube might ban your account. So we decide to, it's best that you're hosting at your end. So that's a little bit tip off. From the pricing point of view, I think Omni Webinar is it's very, very super affordable than the Webinar Jam. But if you do have the money, hey, if you do have the money to get full horsepower for this, I actually recommend Webinar Jam better because you're gonna get 300 presenter and 510 in this space. But this is kind of industry standard. I do believe Webinar Jams does have more features than the Omni Webinars in some other ways. But if this is for people who have some money, you got the investment, you got the webinar that converts for $479 as nothing to you. I mean, it's nothing to you because your webinar is gonna make you money. This is pick up Webinar Jam. But if you're just starting out, you want to test out your webinar without investing too much money into it, using this, maybe make the money, then go to the Webinar Jam, sign up for that. Okay. All right, so anyway, so this is Omni Webinars, and so if you want to looking forward to do webinars, this is the way to go. Evergreen webinars. This one does not do live webinar. This is not like the go-to webinar thing. You can actually start a live webinar. It does not do that. Just want to be that clear. It only does evergreen webinars, okay? Which is ultimately when you have a live webinar that converts, you want to convert that evergreen because then you're gonna boom make a whole bunch more money. Because if you talk to any higher marketing coaches, that's exactly what they're gonna teach you. It doesn't matter what niche you're in, weight loss niches, e-commerce niches, internet marketing niches, they're all driving to one thing: is evergreen converting webinar. Okay, all right. So again, for limited time, you're gonna grab this for lifetime access for $32, $37. If you use the coupon, $32. If you don't, it's $37. It's way more affordable Webinar Jam. So I'll let you make that educated decision right here, right now. Clean your cookie, click the buy button right below. Cheers. So you can get all kinds of bonuses.